Rye. These are my favorites. So I'm not a rye drinker, but what Al has done with our rye is something spectacular. So, San Luis Valley, about 7,000 feet altitude, an old ocean bed, so really sandy soil, a lot of calcium, stresses the grain out to give it a lot of flavor. Also, what's unique about that area of Colorado is it's heavy. It's like one of the most populated places to grow peppers. Colorado, right? I know.
So now you're saying that they grow the green chilies in the same region as us,
so
right?
it's technically a Serrano pepper.
Serrano, okay.
But yeah, so yes, their farms back up to our farms, and the Cody family farms, and so you're getting a lot of cross pollination, a lot of root system pull.
Cool, yeah.
So
yeah.
what we get, and again, I don't want to tell you what you're going to taste before you taste it.
Right. I'm super excited about this one.
So we're going back to our batch, which is going to be 95 proof. About a 40 barrel blend. This is what's also awesome about this is, you'll see a lot of people say that they're a rye whiskey. We are 100% rye whiskey, so we don't do the 95-5 split like a lot of people. It's going to be 50% malted, 50% raw. So we malt everything we do. We malt half of our grains and then use raw.
So where's San Luis Valley at?
So the Cody family farms are they're about an hour southeast of Denver.
Okay.
So it's just so crazy that, again,
so they're spread, your farms are spread out quite a bit.
Yeah, pretty much. And again, it just goes back to the terroir and how we want to showcase our home state and how we grow our grains and everything like that. So we don't have a master distiller. We have, the way our system is set up is, Al likes to call us a village. We're 38. I think we might be up to 42 employees now. So we're a super small company. We have 4 or 5 distillers. Whoever's on the floor at the time is our master distiller. And they have total reign on how they want to taste it.
How cool is that?
So if they want to,
how freaking cool is that?
If they want to cut the heads here or cut the tails here, they can do it. They just write it down, and then it all goes back to our drawing board where everybody gets a taste. Everybody gets a part of okay, this is what we want to put out. Even when we go to the barrel house, my boy James out there, he grabs 5 or 7 people and is like, hey, let's taste this stuff and see what's going on with it. And it's a collaborative effort, and it's awesome. It's a true village. We all kind of do our own thing and all have input. So
I guarantee you there's not another distillery on the planet that does that.
So can you walk out there and say I want to cut, I want to distill today?
I mean, I probably could. I mean, so
that's
Barb.
crazy.
We actually have a female distiller named Barb who went to the University of Alabama, got her chemical engineering degree, and she's a badass. And she can just, she runs that ship. Her, Sam, all those guys back there. It's pretty phenomenal. And what was crazy during COVID, she got COVID and lost her taste buds. So,
no way.
So she's over there, making this whiskey, and then we have to write down in a notebook what it tastes like, what her taste profile is going into the barrel, and she just says COVID. So we have no idea what these barrels are going to taste like.
That's awesome.
Next, COVID.
All right, so what do you get out the nose, Eric?
I don't know. I honestly have no idea what this smells like.
I get a hint of mint right off the nose. It's
so different than any other rye we've ever tried, ever smelled, anything.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers, Joe.
So most of your ryes, are that heavy black peppercorn, that super spice bomb that punches you in the face. Totally 180 from what that is. To me, this is a lot of vegetable, a lot of eucalyptus, a lot of tea, a little bit of orange. Like he said, mint.
Yeah.
But then the heat comes through on that back end, like that chili pepper heat.
Ooh.
So you get a lot of white pepper instead of that black pepper. It's more of a mild spice to it.
I've never had a rye like this.
No, you have not.
I have not.
Well, and like you said, it's 100% rye.
It's so different.
100% rye.
It doesn't have that like he said, that black peppery,
that spice
bite at the end.
Well, it's funny
like
because
tamer, but again bolder at the same time.
And the same thing, like, I get a little bit of mint off the nose, but I don't get any mint on on the finish.
I don't get any mint on the taste.
Yeah, so like I said, it's that chili pepper comes in on that back end and gives you that spice and a little bit of that heat you like.
It's like, it touches the back of your tongue a little bit. That finish is good. This is good. Wow, you guys are killing it down there. Over there, down there. Over there, up there. Are we down there?
No, up there.
Are they up there?
Yeah, they're up there. I mean,
they are up there.
We're in Florida. Everywhere's up there from here. Hasn't the rye actually won awards?
Yeah, so our rye is constantly winning. I mean, gold after gold after gold. Our bonded, which we'll taste next, is something that has won best rye whiskey in the world.
Ooh, really?
2 years under the age of 12.
Okay,
I remember that from
your escapades at Jekyll Island.
Yeah, I remember that.
Is that what you remember?
I do remember that. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. So Al by birth is Canadian. Al is from Alberta, Canada, and so therefore we cannot not do a rye to get right. It's like we have to by law, I think.
Right.
So.
Because I mean that's where all rye is from. Like, predominantly from Canada.
Right, except ours.
Yes. Right. From Colorado.
Poutine and rye whiskey. That's what,
there you go.
That's what they're good for.
But so bonded again, no shortcuts.
Bonded.
6 years.
Same mash bill.
Same mash bill,
but now this is 6 years.
So this is 6
compared
years.
to what, like 3 years for the.
This is closer to 4.
Closer to 4, okay.
But still in that under 4 range.
Mm-hmm.
But this 6 years, this is my favorite thing we do. It's a home run every time.
Yeah,
coming from a non-rye guy.
From a non-rye, exactly.
So. So like you tasted this and you're like, wow, this is pretty amazing.
I mean, obviously, I grew up in the South, so because this accent just doesn't come cheap, right? And so I cut my teeth on this stuff. And when the rye trend started, I was like, I don't get it. I'm just a redneck bourbon guy.
Me too.
Then I tried this, and I was like, my mind was changed, and now I can appreciate some of the ryes.
Well, so now, because this is the one that we had at the at the event, so I was, same thing. Like you poured this, I was like same thing. I was like, wow.
Hey, what's behind the tablecloth back there? I want that.
Yep. You tasted it already?
You're gonna get it.
Yeah, sorry, I went in. I thought you guys went in. I thought I was behind. Sorry, bud. I didn't mean to.
No. I just feel like we do a really good job of flavor bombing things, where it's just the natural flavors are just ridiculous.
Wow. This might.
Your favorite? Come on.
This might be my favorite.
Well, I told you that day.
Yeah.
I told you that day. That is so smooth. It's creamy. It's a creamy aspect to it.
It is. There's that thickness, right?
Yes.
I can promise if anybody out there goes and invest in this bottle right here, they will be pleasantly surprised.
So can you give us a price point on this stuff?
Okay,
I mean, ballpark, obviously.
Yeah.
Stores like to play. So our batches are line price anywhere between. I mean, you'll see them between $54.99 and maybe low 60s. Usually around $59.99, $60.
Yeah, average.
I mean, again, we're craft. We're we do everything, so it's not like we can cut deals.
Well, that's the beauty of it, though.
Right.
Yeah, we love craft,
but we don't just throw up our marketing price because like grown men are collecting baseball cards and chasing those, those
eating really rock hard bubble gum.
Yeah, right. They're not buying that bottle that they don't know what's in it. Our bonded stuff is going to be close to $78-$79. So our bondeds are always going to be our same price. Our batch are going to be the same price. And then
I would 100,000% buy any of these.
I would. Yeah. I'll put our stuff against anybody, and that's just not being cocky. It's just that we're just different. I think one day, and I hope this is going to be sooner than later. You know how like when you look at a map at Scotland, you see, all right, this section makes this type of Scott. So one day we'll look at a map of the United States and go, the Southeast makes this kind, Texas makes this kind, the Midwest, Colorado guys make this, New York makes this, and we'll be able to look at it and say, all right, regionally, this is what kind of it feels like.
Right.
So,
I do have to admit, from the Colorado bourbons, whiskeys that we've done, they are my favorite so far.
We are, or Colorado?
Colorado. But honestly, like this right here, hands down my favorite rye I've ever had.
I told you that day. I was like, I was super excited when.
This is the bond, right? No, this one. Sorry, the bonded.
You just had the bonded.
Sorry.
Yeah, you were it the first time.
Sorry. The
bottles
bonded.
in.
The bonded rye. The bonded rye. I thought we put the. My bad. I thought the bonded rye. That's the best rye I've ever put in my face hole. This stuff is ridiculous.
No,
it's so good. Even the 4 wheat or the 4 grain.
Yep.
Bond is incredible.
No, like I said, I definitely. I think both bonded definitely. If you want a little bit of a punch to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the bondeds are where it's at. Like you said, that's...
It's so funny, though, because you said you thought this had more of a punch than this,
yep.
But I thought this had more of a punch than this.
Yep.
But I think we're both on this one, where...
Bonded?
The bonded was...
Yeah.
Tamer.
Tamer?
No?
It's mature.
Mature.
Yeah, mature. Like
it's grown folk.
Yeah, it's grown folk drink. Huge. I think this is my favorite rye on the planet.
Hands down.
If this was banana pudding, there wouldn't be anything left on the glass. Promise.
So, do we have more to taste, or is
what about tasting some cask? Like,
yes,
just right out of the barrel, like what we're supposed to be.
Yep.
Using.
So
cool.
Now we're doing cask strength. So now we're going from bonded to cask strength.
Ooh, cask strength rye and 4 grain.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So again, going back to our distillers, man, all those people over there are just wizards of what they do, and I've always, now you start appreciating whiskey and you go to cask strength so you can get the true nuances. Barb told me one thing that I thought was amazing. She said, "Chad, I can make a 95 proof, but I can hide my mistakes in it." Anytime a distiller makes an 80 proof, an 85, 86, 90 proof, they can hide their mistakes because they're blending more and more barrels. She goes, "I can't hide. The higher proof I go, the less I can hide of my mistakes." She goes, "So this, I have to nail this, right?" So everything she makes, she nails, or everybody over there nails, because they don't want to make mistakes. So that being said, this is going to be cask. Let's just call it 115.4.
What? Yeah, because, I mean, obviously, so being cask strength, it's meant whatever comes out of the cask out, right?
Whatever,
They don't cut it down.
You don't get to play.
So this honestly is a true representation of what we do, right? So nothing diluted, nothing played with. Just it is what it is. You get what you get. Don't pitch a fit.
That's awesome. Yeah, you get what you get. Don't throw a fit. Look at this lineup, though. That's freaking awesome. Wow. So this is the next one. Just saying.
Yeah.
That is? Oh, yeah.
So 116.
Ooh, wow. That's...
Oh, yeah.
This is the most alcohol-y one that I've smelled so far.
Well, yeah.
Nosed.
Nosed?
Nosed.
This is also going to be the same age as our batch. So this is going to be in your 3.5.
But so then you taste whatever the cat, you go through the barrels and like, okay, this is the good one. This is the one that we're going to bottle up because this one has...
James and the guys over there, they can just pick out things and they're just like, this will go good with this, and this will go good with this, or this is a special one. This is special. We need to do something.
Okay. Yeah, so this has some heat to it.
But it's not over the top.
No, it's not over the top. It bites you in the back. The back end of the finish, but it's not
that alcohol heat. It's not that burn.
It's not that alcohol heat. It's not alcohol-y.
It's not alcohol-y.
But it definitely has that burn. But it's a different burn than the bonded rye that I was talking about earlier. So it's a nerve in your face or cheeks.
That registers
the same thing.
If that heat, that alcohol burn is a cooling burn or a heating burn.
Right.
Is what I'm getting.
So is it kind of the same thing when you eat something sour? And you either get it on your tongue or the back of your cheeks, where it makes you try. No.
Well, see, now I'm going to check that out because I've never even heard of that.
Trigeminal. This is good though. I like this.
Yeah. So, again, maybe an ice cube on that to kind of open it up a little bit, but at 115 proof.
I'm going to try it.
Can I do a dab of water, or am I going to get the look?
No, you can do the dab of water, but I'll still give it a look.
It's that trigeminal nerve.
Yeah, the trigeminal nerve. It gets you back
which
here.
Obviously is the cooling or the heating,
right, of the nerve,
of the alcohol that you get,
of the shimmer blah 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 nerve. Yep.
But it's interesting, like, you know, the Jack, the Wild Turkey, the Jim Beam.
I don't really like any of them.
If you get into the crafting, you can get more of the flavors. I think, obviously, if you're like want just an introduction to whiskey, you know, those are fine.
right?
But if you want something if you're interested in a little bit more flavor, a little bit more profiles, then like something like this is definitely, you know, right up your alley, because
It's one. It's not mass produced.
Right.
They're not just taking just crazy like deer feed corn,
Right.
whatever, and just making just this huge amount. It's there's you know, a couple cats back in the distillery that are just like mad scientists that are making
working
stuff
their
and
ass
getting
off to make it-
creative.
yeah.
And you know, in Colorado, it's cool because a lot of those dudes were like, and gals, sorry, were you know, that's where the whole craft brewing mecca came from.
Yep.
So then, you know, your natural progression is, all right, we're going to go from beer, we're going to try our spirits and start fermenting and doing things like that. And it's distilling, and it's just that natural progression of creativity. And I think a lot of these people are really doing some cool stuff.
I tend to like the craft distilleries way more than any of the big boys anyway. There's a lot of work behind it. There's a lot of soul. There's a lot of
passion
behind it.
No
and it
shortcuts,
shows.
right?
No
Clearly.
shortcuts, man.
Yep.
No
It
shortcuts.
shows, you know. I mean, you don't get this stuff without confidence, passion,
It's the blood, sweat,
drive,
and tears, man,
dig,
you know?
blood, sweat, and tears. So is
Bottle and
Bottle and Bond the best whiskey you can buy?
No, Bottle and Bond it's not the best, but you know exactly what you're getting.
It's a quality control measure.
Yes, that's
So
exactly
does that
it.
make it the best though?
No, I don't think it makes it the best.
I think it just shows that you followed protocol, didn't take a shortcut.
Yep.
You've done everything by the book. You know
like
what I mean?
We have one more to try, don't we?
Yeah, here we do.
So your rick house address and the
Right.
distillery address.
Yeah. That's
Your
part of your
your
bonded tag.
Bonded
Well, see,
tag will be the distillery, not the rick house.
Right.
See, like I kind of looked that up. It's like, how do you become bonded? How do you? Because like, it seems like you could have whiskey and you could put it in a bonded warehouse, not your warehouse, as long as it's in a bonded warehouse.
Or it could be in any warehouse.
As long as it's bonded, so you could store it in there, and it's a bonded warehouse, and you would
So
have
if
a
you
bonded whiskey.
distill it,
Yep.
do everything
By the
by the book,
Right.
you can ship it to. If you're in Maine, you can ship it to New Mexico,
Nope.
and it still be a bottled and
No.
bond.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Good.
because there's.
Yep.
I'm not going to name names. I know a distillery that has purchased from Willett all protocol, got all the stuff.
Well,
To-
that's just horseshit.
Then brought it down to another city and stored it in their house for 4 years and called
That's
it bond.
Called bottom.
No, I
right.
think that's been in the rules, man.
Well, of course it is. But
It's like Angel's Envy.
okay,
You're
yeah,
like,
here we go. You can't call it bourbon.
you can't call it bourbon. You
technically,
aged it in a sherry cask
It's
or whatever.
finished.
It's
in.
finished.
Finished.
But
Now
then
that's
it's
finished
not
in.
that. Well, technically, anyway,
It was a bourbon.
it was, and now it's not.
Okay, so now what are we doing this
So
time?
we're doing a cask ride that is at.
Ooh, I'm excited about this one.
Okay, so now
Ooh,
Cask
this is a $1.20.
Ooh.
This is 120
1,
proof,
2, 0, me boys.
but 50% malted, 50% raw.
Ooh, see, this one smells like more of your typical rye.
Yes. However,
However, taste it.
However,
this is where you add your
I don't
ice.
get any mint on this one.
Mm-mm. No, this one's all spicy.
Yeah.
Good night, Irene. There's something in there. Holy buckets, that's hot. But it's not like it's just so different. It's so significantly different than all the other ryes, but it's yeah, give me an ice cube. It's got that buttery hotness before the pot kicks your ass. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not a hot that just slaps
Yeah,
you.
no, it's not a. You're not going to see this on Hot Ones or whatever that show is. You know what I'm saying? But it's got that like
Is that the
buttery.
Wing Show?
It's what?
Is that the Buffalo? Is that the Buffalo Wing show?
Yeah. But it's got that like that buttery spice before the heat hits you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Cask is good. It's got that heat to it, but
I'm definitely bonded rye guy. All day. I think this is only like the second or third time we've agreed on our favorite at the end.
at the end, yeah. So you would go back to the bonded?
I go
over
back
the
bonded
Cask?
rye. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, not that I don't like the cask. It's just
Right.
It's
that
just,
much more.
It's just trippy how each individual item has a different
all the same mash
reaction.
Yes.
bill. I'll be like, these three have the same mash bill. These three.
Like they all live in the same house, dude.
Yep.
They're all made the same way. They're all,
Have you realized in the rick houses the different spots where?
So we're constantly moving them. Like every couple months, and Colorado, obviously, with the barometric pressure and the altitude, is the air's denser. So it's a situation where the barrel's compressed a lot more.
Like
But
during the winter?
In the wintertime, we keep it at about 65 degrees, so there's a constant heartbeat going on. So
Okay.
obviously, it's not going to age any quicker, but it's going to get some character on it. So that has it's just so unique how Colorado and the whole thing
Well,
plays into that.
when did we go to Colorado?
Last
October?
year? No, March.
It was 2 years ago. Right?
No, 1 year ago.
1 year.
Last
March.
Yeah, last March. Almost like 1 year ago.
So we got snow and
You can get
cold.
you can catch a suntan and
Yeah.
and go skiing.
it was
on the
weird
same day.
because
It's
we had a snowball fight
Yeah.
in the mountains, but it was like 60 degrees.
Well, it's a dry cold, like just like a dry heat, right?
right.
yeah.
Because because you don't have the humidity, like
But that affects the whiskey though.
it does. Well,
So you guys are in a controlled
I don't want to say
controlled temperature
Well,
environment
in the wintertime. Yes.
yeah. So like it doesn't get below a certain amount, right?
65.
Right. In the winter.
But do you let it go above a certain amount?
Yeah, we'll let it go.
Oh, okay.
But
all
then
right.
because the heat helps, right?
Right.
And
Yeah. Yep.
But then the when it colds and freezes the barrels, it's not.
All those things have a big difference, right? It has like the mash bill has a difference.
Right.
You have barrels. So what are the barrels like? Do you know the char of the barrels? and stuff
We're
like that?
Char 3. We get
Okay.
our barrels from. I wish I knew the name of the place, but it is in the Ozark region,
Missouri?
Ozark?
Missouri.
Mhm.
So yeah, but
It's like the main.
that's not Brown Foreman.
Yeah.
Like I know they own like 90% of the barrels, and then this other company owns like 10%. So
Oh, so you guys are the 10%ers?
yeah, I think we're like.
See,
we're
that's
over
just
the-
par for course, though. You guys kick. Yeah.
Last fall, we were the first time we had released a cognac cask, and I wish I had a bottle to share with that.
yeah.
So what he did is he took our 4-grain for 4 years, put it in a cognac cask, let it sit, and then over time has been dumped. We bought a huge fooder, so we've just been dumping it over time, and it's just been building and lowering. So it's constantly layering. So we've basically done a Solera
So there,
effect.
yep. Okay, so
Layering
what
and
is a
layering.
fooder?
It is that big vat thing. That
Is it
you-
plastic? Is it oak barrel?
It's oak, yes.
So it is made out of oak.
And so we've just been dumping those cognac finishes in it just
Okay.
over time, and then evaporation and whatever, and it's just layered and it's just,
So the Solera barrel itself isn't a cognac Solera barrel.
No.
No.
But what you're putting in it is a cognac
when you
finish.
add over time, just that
Right.
I got
So
you. Okay.
but, so that's not available yet. The cognac finish.
yeah, it came out in the fall. It's pretty awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
But
cool.
then,
So I wonder.
like I said, we were doing, he was doing a honey finish cast. We did a curacao finish cast. We're doing all kinds of just different stuff because Al's super creative and he just wants to not stumble upon the next big thing, but
Well, no,
it's just it's just this.
You're experimenting, right? You're pushing the
Experimenting,
envelope, and you find out okay, you know what? This worked really well.
Yeah.
This tastes great.
What's also cool is again Al being the guy he is and lets people experiment. There's a couple times a year he lets the distillers have full reign and do something they want to. So
Oh, that's awesome.
you can go to our distillery and you can find where they made of agave spirit.
Ooh, yeah?
They've made an anise. They've made Al and his wife made a rum.
Oh,
So
really?
they play. They get a chance to play, which is
Yeah.
awesome because it breeds creativity. It
does.
breeds fun. You
Nope.
know. So
Definitely.
One other thing I wanted to touch on too is, you were talking about the humidity earlier, but in Colorado there's zero humidity. So when we sell a single barrel or when we harvest our barrels, we're getting about 95% of the juice out of it. We're not getting a lot of evaporation. Like, Kentucky and Tennessee, you sit there for 8 or 10 years and you might have 30% of that barrel in there.
Yeah.
We're getting 95% of our barrel. So, which is equivalent to about, 36 packs, maybe, of juice. So, it's pretty
36
impressive.
what?
36
packs
of bottles.
Gotcha.
So, we're not losing a whole heck of a lot
not at all.
product. And,
No kidding.
and that lends us to be able to make, use some of that stuff in the batch and whatever.
Well, like I've actually heard stories of people going to Texas and going to Puerto Rico, and like open up the barrels and there's
nothing there.
Nothing.
Yes. And
That's
again,
crazy.
which to me goes back to the testament of Al going, all right, I'm not going to make vodka, I'm not going to make gin, but I'm going to put this in a barrel. Who knows how much money or how much product I'm going to have out of this. I might have 3 barrels.
There's a certain arrogance to that, dude. I love it.
I think one of the best stories that Al told me is he said that when he and Bill were sitting there the first time they ran, he was sitting there and he was like, asked Bill, he goes, so where should I cut it at? He's like, I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost just like trial by fire.
Right. Figure it out.
What do you want to do?
Well,
what do you want to do?
Because what are the parts of the whiskey? You have the heads, the heads,
tails.
and
Heads
tails.
and tails. And then
That-
it's a rattlesnake, right?
yeah.
So you cut the head off,
Right.
Because that's the venom, that's the poison.
Yep.
You cut the tail off because that's where all the crap comes out.
Yeah. Right.
So
This is a great analogy. I've
It
never heard it like
is.
this. This is great.
So you got that middle piece, right? Like that's what you're going to eat, right?
Yep. So they also they can add some of the heads or some of the tails
To
Back to it.
Yeah.
back to it to give
Right.
it just a
To
little.
give it that flavor.
Right.
That
See, that's what
profile.
I'm saying. This is sorcery.
It really is.
Well, sorcery, but I know the other thing, like you said, like what Al talking to Bill Friel, is like so it's just all
Figuring
on
it out.
gut feeling.
it is. It's your
taste.
personal preference,
Right.
whatever.
All right.
So, what is your favorite? Putting you on the spot.
Oh, I think that is the bonded rye.
I also agree. Bonded rye. Do you have a favorite, or can you say your favorite?
No, I mean, obviously,
Can you be partial?
I can't. Obviously, I've told people 1,000 times. I'm a huge bonded rye fan.
Bonded
Huge
rye
fan.
is
However, the more I drink our bonded 4-grain, it's I don't know. It toys with my emotions.
This has been one of the more complex. Like I
Reviews?
said, I've never been an obvious. Clearly, I'm not a nosing expert. Clearly, I'm not a tasting expert. This one threw me for a loop. So, Chris, does Law's Whiskey get the Whiskey and Hammock stamp of approval?
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Stamp of approval.
Approved.
Also, so we obviously kind of a newer company, but we have a whiskey club ourselves, and it's called the Gargoyle Society, and we're you could be a founding member or one of the beginning members.
Oh, look at you! You're
You
official.
got the coin already. Oh, fancy! So you to be notified of our first releases, any tastings we might be doing, whiskey dinners, things like that. Admission to the distillery if you ever come out to see Crystal and the gals out there.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
pretty
no.
cool. But it's lawswhiskeyhouse.com/gargoyle.
Gargoyles.
Gargoyle.
/gargoyle.
Gargoyle.
You're brave soul.
I know, right? But it is worth signing up. Like I said, we're limiting it to a select few. So the first few people who jump
I'm
on
in.
it
Are you in?
will be in it. They'll get
Sure
this
am.
fancy coin that I don't even have, which is impressive.
So listen,
But before I go, I want to thank these two fine gentlemen for having me. I brought them from Colorado this bottle of rye with the
oh look
Whiskey
at that
Hammock logo.
It's
on
got
it.
the Whiskey and Hammock logo on it, yo.
It's pretty
Heck
cool.
yeah.
I
Amazing.
doubt this will be up for auction or
Absolutely
giveaway.
not.
However, but
Actually,
if
I
you
don't even think I probably wouldn't even be able to drink that.
But thank you guys for having me, man. This has been
Thank
awesome.
you so much.
It's been great.
Honestly, thank you so much.
The
Yes.
support and just to share good whiskey with people, and
that's the name of the game, right?
To expand,
if you gotta drink it,
expand your
good,
profiles.
drink it.
You know,
I love it.
Yes.
You know? So,
Chad, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
having
having
you
me.
so much.
Of course.
And
So-
then we'll do it again, and I think I brought some stuff we might give away later. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
If y'all
Oh
feel
yeah,
like it,
right.
So
Okay, right.
Yep.
All right.
You know, so we got some.
Chad brought some
Lost
goodies.
whiskey swag. And then,
Oh,
like,
Chad brought some goodies with him.
Yeah, there you go.
So I
Yes.
statement finished.
Yeah. Don't look into that camera. That one's dead.
I've been looking at this cam for
The whole time.
He's like,
So, I'm Eric.
I'm Chris.
Thank you so much for watching Whiskey in a Hammock, whiskeyindahammock.com, Whiskey in a Hammock on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Make sure you guys check out our whiskeyindahammock.com/store to get all your merch, t-shirts, hoodies, long sleeve tees, hats, glasses, flip-flops, you name it. You can literally get anything with Whiskey in a Hammock on it.
Join the whiskey crew.
Join the whiskey crew. whiskeyindahammock.com. Join the whiskey crew. Send us your pictures. Send us your whiskey view. Right? Hashtag whiskey view. Send us all the pictures of what you got going, what you got doing, everything. We want to see it because we want to share it. We want to share the love of whiskey with everybody.
Right, and make sure you check out Laws. Go to Laws Whiskey. All same thing. Social media. Check out Laws. Chad will be there.
I'll be there. And honestly, if you have a suggestion, if you want to see something crazy done, if you want to see something experimental, understand that our guy Al is the most creative guy ever. So if you say, "Hey, I'd like to see this kind of whiskey mash bill put into this," dude, there's no telling. He'll probably try it. Who knows? So
Laws is incredible.
yeah,
Laws is incredible. There's not one bottle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 bottles up here, and we didn't not like
Right.
a single one of them.
Yep.
So, again, if you're in the Jacksonville area, Golden Ox,
Yep.
Total Wines,
And Middleburg
Liquors, please go pick up a bottle of Laws. It's so effing good. I promise you, you're gonna love it. So, like the video, share the video. Make sure you get Laws out there as much as you can. Chris, hit us with the motto on the way out.
May the wind always wear your hammock. May your glass never go dry.
Chad, get it.
cheers. Laws Whiskey, craft above commodity, whiskey above all. No shortcuts taken here, guys. Thank you.
Cheers,
Cheers.
y'all. Love y'all. Thank you.
Whiskey and a hammock.
I have to pee so bad.